A federal judge ruling in a landmark decision that AT&T can acquire Time Warner. That defeats the antitrust case brought on by the government. It sets up a potential domino effect for more mega media mergers. Joining us right now is CFRA Research senior analyst Tuna Amobi and attorney cybersecurity expert Leeza Garber. Great to see you both. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Tuna, kick us off here. What are the implications of this ruling from the judge yesterday?
Maria, I think it's quite stunning the way the decision came down. You can almost say, let the merger games begin. I think this decision is going to open the floodgates of M&A activity across the telecom and media landscape. And I think one of the potential winners here, as you alluded to, is Comcast. Right? We expect Comcast to come forward with a much more compelling bid for Fox that could potentially be at a major premium over what Disney already has on the table. Now, the potential winners are Fox shareholders, because now we're talking about, all of a sudden, a very bidding war potentially erupting here. And you also have to think about how this decision might affect Netflix, for example, right? So coming on the heels of the net neutrality repeal, which we just saw earlier, I think this could be construed as a 1-2 punch by the government. You're talking about video consolidation. You're talking about, kind of repealing net neutrality. So the proponents of net neutrality, such as Netflix, could be potentially squeezed as a result. But overall, I think the bankers are really getting ready to.
Oh, for sure. Getting ready for more deals.
Absolutely.
And I think it's worth asking, Leeza, whether or not now that I know that, Comcast is now going to probably come in with a higher bid for the Fox assets. That's the speculation out there. And I know that, you say Fox shareholders are in the catbird seat here. But I think it's a fair question to ask whether other bids come in, because now you have this opening of the floodgates, not just for the traditionals, but for the Apples and the Amazons and the Googles of the world. Will they be bidding for these assets as well?
It's a great question, because this decision is precedential. It's a game changer. It's nothing we've ever seen before and really unexpected. The almost 200-page decision, this judge really plowed through the government's argument and made headway for any kind of vertical mergers and expansions. I don't see a reason why Amazon or Google or Netflix or Hulu wouldn't want to try to get in on that at the same time, because these kind of traditional media companies like Time Warner, now that they're partnering with the actual tubes, the providers for this kind of content, now Netflix is going to have to compete on that same level.
Yeah, Lisa, I think if you think about it, it would have been hard for them to block this relative to the Comcast, NBC merger, right? Number one, I think this was unprecedented in a couple of ways. We talked earlier. Not only did the judge rule in favor of allowing it, but he said without any stipulations, and oh, by the way, government, don't appeal. Have you seen those elements before?
Those kinds of elements that you mentioned are very unusual. And to your first point regarding Comcast, back in 2011, this same judge brought down that opinion, saying Comcast could merge with NBC, but he made it conditional, which is why this is so unusual, really throwing the government's argument under the bus. And the decision itself has tons of exclamation points. He's really pounding home that he disagrees with the government.
Yeah, no conditions. How big is this for AT&T?
Well, I think it's, they've waited 20 months to get to this point. One could argue that it was well worth the wait. Having no conditions, it's not something that we've seen in a deal of this magnitude in the past 2 decades that we've followed the industry. So I think what it really sets up AT&T to do is really to exploit to the optimal level the potential synergies of this deal, which I would argue have become all of a sudden much more attractive, right? So I think, remember, when Time Warner and AT&T made the case to the government on this transaction, they argue that the competition has evolved now from traditional media to the so-called FANG companies. FANG with...
Yeah, the FANG, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google.
Exactly. So when you think about that context to Bob's earlier question, I think you can imagine a whole new world order now where all of these companies become active players in a very consolidated environment.
But at the same time, these players, when you look at what AT&T offers, which is phone, broadband, satellite, DirecTV, and now they're a media conglomerate, essentially, unless the government files an appeal, which 50-50 if they will at this point. I know the judge, in a really precedential manner, said please don't, because it's going to hold up this really huge deal and cost so much money when it's unnecessary. You made your argument. That's the one shot. Really take it.
I think there was a third parade yesterday we didn't talk about. You know, there were the Warriors, the Capitol, and I think Randall Stevenson had one down in Texas.
Yeah, he was certainly happy about that.
Good for him.
So who's in the catbird seat right now? Is everybody now up for grabs in terms of content?
Everybody's certainly up for grabs in terms of content. And what's really interesting, I'd like to give as an example, is Disney is offering a streaming service next year in 2019. And they've already stated that their superhero and Star Wars content will now not be available on Netflix.
Right.
So this is really going to impact consumers, not just because third parties are really not offering the content on other platform providers. And we're going to see this really a ripple effect through Netflix, Hulu, all of these providers.
Real quick, any names that you want to throw out there that you think are particularly attractive?
Well, I have to imagine
takeover?
that someone like John Maloney sitting there with his Charter and Lionsgate stake and trying to figure out how to roll up some of these, smaller to mid-sized players. AMC Network comes to mind, Lionsgate Entertainment. I do believe that even CBS and Viacom, with all of the back and forth going on right now, could also potentially be more open to getting acquired as a result of this arms race for scale.
Yeah,
Amazon's going to be in that. I guarantee you.
Which one?
Amazon's going to be a buyer, big time.
Yeah,
big time.
I totally agree with you. The landscape is changing.
Yep, big time.
They already hit the grocery stores, so why not content?
Yes.
That's next. Great to see you, Leeza, Tuna. Thanks very much for your insights. Great conversation. We appreciate it.